Good morning and welcome to the Legislative Committee on Administrative Rules, January 29, 2026. Before we get started, do introductions to my left.
I'm Bradley Showman, Committee Counsel.
Representative Mark Higley of the Orleans Lamoille District.
And Rob Plunkett, Senator Bennington District.
Long Bryce from the Bennington Senate District. Good morning, Dave Weeks, representing Rutland County.
Representative Trevor Squirrel, Underhill and Jericho.
Committee Assistant, Lisa Schreck.
Okay. We weren't planning to have this meeting today, but we are. I understand there's a timing issue with this rule, so we're glad to do that and meet in this rule. We also have an adoption change too, so we have a couple of things. Shouldn't take us too long, but when we get on to, actually, before we do that, let's do the minutes from the last meeting, January 22, 26. By motion approved.
So moved.
So moved. Senator Week. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you. So anyway, the first rule we have today is Rule 25-41, fees for the use of Fish and Wildlife Department lands and facilities. Hannah Smith, General Counsel, and Alice Thomas. You both speaking or just you, Hannah?
If I can sit up here and since we're the only ones in the.
That's fine. However you want to do it. However you want to do it.
Thank you. For the record, my name is Hannah Smith. I'm the General Counsel for the Department of Fish and Wildlife, and we appreciate the committee taking the time today when you weren't planning to meet, but we are particularly around timing for camp registration, hoping to have this rule adopted as soon as possible. The proposed amendments are to the fees for the use of Fish and Wildlife Department lands and facilities. This is indexed at the appendix to Title 10, Section 15. And this rule is adopted specifically pursuant to 10 VSA 4132E, which requires the commissioner of the department to establish reasonable fees for the use of department lands and facilities, including the Green Mountain Conservation Camp tuitions. The proposed amendments update some of our fees for facility rentals and specifically for tuition for our Green Mountain Conservation Camps at Buck Lake and Kehoe. The proposed amendments are necessary for the department to maintain a financially viable facility rental program and to continue to provide high quality outdoor educational programming at the Green Mountain Conservation Camps. So the proposed changes will increase tuition at the camps, specifically from $250 to $300 per week. This is an overnight camp, week-long overnight sessions. The day use fees at Kehoe will increase from $175 to $300 for our partner organizations. And the day use fees at Buck Lake will increase from $125 to $300 for partner organizations. So it'll be consistent at both facilities. The day use fees at Kehoe will increase from $500 to $600 for private entities, and a provision is going to be added to impose the same $600 private entity rental fee at Buck Lake. We have very few rentals from private entities. The vast majority of our rentals at both these facilities are with partner organizations or state sponsored events where the department's working with other organizations and no fees are charged. I think that we generated no rental income at Buck Lake over the last few years. At Kehoe, it's nominal. It's between $1,500 and $2,000 a year from some of these rentals. It's a pretty minimal. Most of our work is with partner organizations. The wedding rental fee at Kehoe is also proposed to increase from $3,000 to $5,000 for an event or $4,000 if a certified wedding planner is used for the event. I can walk through additional details on the proposal, answer any questions, whatever the committee prefers.
I think I read later on, but for one of the questions I have is why, if you had a certified wedding planner, would it be less money? But I read in comments later that because you have less involvement in it, if this is that accurate?
Yes, when a wedding planner is involved, it involves significantly less staff time in terms of prep work, organization, cleanup afterwards, which is the bulk of the expenses associated with our facility rentals.
annually, how much revenue do you make for weddings?
We haven't had a wedding at our camps in probably 6 or 7 years, and when we
Oh.
do have a big year, there might be 2.
Okay.
But then, on average, almost none.
Yeah, and what's the revenue from your camps? You know that?
What's the, I'm sorry.
The revenue from the camps?
From the camp.
By the way, what's your name? I'm
I'm
sorry.
Ally Thomas.
Okay,
I'm
great.
the director of operations. So the revenue from the campers who attend.
Yeah,
So historically, or since 2013, it's been $250 per attend. And we get anywhere between 800 and 950 kids
okay.
paying. A lot of them are sponsored by other organizations, but somehow every one of those attendees has $250 coming in.
Yeah, reading the comments, most of your groups that also help subsidize those campers seem to be okay with the fee increases. They understand. I mean, I have Agency of Natural Resources in my budget portfolio and appropriations, so, and I know some of us have been involved in natural resources and understand the financial constraints that Fish and Wildlife runs under, so it makes a lot of sense to find ways to cover more of the costs.
And this increase will represent approximately, the $300 tuition fee that's proposed covers approximately half of the expenses associated with a camper attending camp for the week. Our camps are subsidized with federal dollars as well, but our aim is always to provide an affordable camp experience.
Committee members, any questions?
If I can.
Senator Wicks.
So I think what you guys do is phenomenal. Kehoe is in Rutland County and it's just a wonderful asset, but I'm a little shocked at the scale of increase in some of the fees. You've got Kehoe weddings up 67% and the education center day rental up 72% and Buck Lake Education Center up 140%. It's just kind of a shock value that can you explain why these massive jumps?
Well, we haven't increased the fees since 2013. So it's not necessarily going to be equivalent with, annual cost of living increases. This represents what's closer to equivalent facility fee rentals in the state for other facilities. It's still significantly less than camp tuition at other outdoor overnight camps in the state. Also significantly less than most rental fees. If you've been to Kehoe, Kehoe and Buck Lake are very nice facilities.
Sure.
So I think the proportional increase is just based on the fact that the fees have been increased in 12 years and our costs have increased exponentially in that time frame.
Okay, so the cost for the facility rental, what you're saying is you're trying to bring it somewhat near parity of commercial venues?
Still below commercial venues, but
As it should be, it's a state-owned
right,
asset.
slightly closer to covering the costs associated with food service and staff and cleaning expenses that the department incurs.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Other questions, comments? Or motion?
Sure, Mr. Chair, I move that 25 PO 41 Department of Fish and Wildlife 10 VSA Appendix 15A fees for the use of Fish and Wildlife Department lands and facilities be approved.
We have a motion from Representative Higley to approve the rule. Any additional questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Thank you very much. Next up, we have a request for an extension of the adoption. We have the adoption deadline. I don't know what the original one is, but they're probably to April 10, 2026. You're on, okay. It's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is Stuart Scher. I'm the General Counsel for the Department of Disabilities, Aging, and Independent Living. And yes, we are approaching the 8-month adoption deadline, which in the memo is indicated as February 10th. And so we're requesting just a limited extension until April 10th to adopt the final rule. We're making the final edits to the rule and completing the responses to the public comments. And we expect that we will be able to file the final proposed rule with the committee in the next 3 weeks. We do have to go through review and approval at the AHS Secretary's office before we do that. So that takes some additional time, which is why we're asking for the 2 months from the February 10th expiration to get everything done and adopted, hopefully.
Okay, thank you. Committee members, any questions? Okay. Do I have a motion?
That we approve extension.
That's right.
Move the extension, 25,
Oh, but,
each one here, the rules for the designation operation of home health.
all right. We have a motion to approve the request from Senator Beck. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you, Stuart.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right, take care. One last item. Bradley put together a memo around the neonatal rule when we brought it to the Bureau of Education and Outreach. I don't know if you had a chance to look at that. I just wanted, I don't think we need a motion to approve it, but I wanted to make sure if there were any questions or comments.
I'm sure I got it, but I
It's fine.
registered.
I just want to run it by everybody. I'm okay with it.
Just one question. There's no reporting period to come back. I mean, other than it states included in its reporting on activities that pertain to this rule. Is that a scheduled report that
Yeah.
comes somewhere?
So in the rule itself, there is not a time frame for reporting. At the testimony that Mr. Dwinell provided last week, he said that it could be included in an annual report for the Agriculture Activities Board. Another alternative would be to just request something specific for Lcar within a year.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
I was thinking of putting it in there before surprise and allow us to know what's going on.
I just want to make sure that we don't ask them for a whole bunch of stuff and then it never gets seen by anybody.
Any other comments, questions? Okay, so Bradley will go ahead and send it along.
Okay, great.
Appreciate it. We won't meet for the next 2 weeks. The next meeting will be January, but February 19th. And right now we have one rule. Is it possible to get more rules in or?
The deadline was passed, it was on Monday, the 26th. So
Okay, and this particular rule, R45, we still have a couple weeks after that. So I might still choose to push that out. Okay, so, but at least the last 2 weeks we won't be. Okay, okay,
6th instead.
I'll give it to you. I need to think about it. Okay, thank you. It's adjourned.